Have you ever found yourself glancing at the clock, feeling that familiar pang of anxiety as the minutes slip away, convinced that you're late, even when you're doing your best? That sense that life is moving faster than you are, that somehow everyone else has gotten a head start while you're just trying to catch up. What if I told you that you're not late? That perhaps, in a strange but meaningful way, you're exactly where you're supposed to be? That the moment you feel behind might not be a failure at all, but the precise timing of your life aligning with something bigger than you can yet see? It sounds comforting, almost too good to be true. But stick with me, because there's a perspective here that could completely shift the way you view your own journey. We live in a world obsessed with schedules, deadlines, and comparisons. Social media feeds are endless streams of achievements and milestones, carefully curated snapshots of other people's lives. And it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring yourself against that. You think, I should be further along by now. I should have already started. I should have already succeeded. But here's the thing about timing. It's rarely linear, and it's never uniform. What looks like someone else's early success could be the result of a completely different set of circumstances, privileges, and experiences. And what feels like your delay might be the very preparation, reflection, or growth that will make your path far richer than you could imagine. Let's take a moment to step back and imagine life not as a race, but as a series of moments, each arriving at exactly the right time. Think about it. Even in nature, timing is everything. Seeds do not sprout before the conditions are right. Rivers do not carve their paths before the land allows them to flow. Seasons come and go, each with their perfect timing, and we often only notice their rhythm when we pause to observe. Now, consider yourself as part of that same rhythm. Every decision you've made, every twist and turn you've taken, every pause and detour, it all contributes to a timing that is uniquely yours. Maybe you haven't reached certain goals yet. Maybe doors you hoped would open have remained closed. But those delays are not punishments. They are calibrations, fine-tuning your path so that when the right moment arrives, you are ready to step fully into it. And here's something worth reflecting on. Some of the most remarkable people in history were considered late bloomers. They didn't start at the same time as others. They didn't achieve recognition according to anyone else's schedule. But their work, their discoveries, their contributions, when they arrived, they were transformative. The novelist who didn't publish her first book until well into adulthood, the inventor whose breakthrough came after years of setbacks, the artist whose style only emerged after decades of quiet practice. These stories share a common thread. The right moment often comes later than we expect, and when it does, it carries a depth that early success could never have provided. So why do we feel like we're late? Often it's because we measure our lives against imagined timelines instead of lived experience. We compare our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. And in that comparison, we lose sight of our own unique journey, the small, often invisible steps that are quietly preparing us for the moments that matter most. Here's another way to look at it. Every delay, every period of waiting, every time you've had to pause or redirect is shaping your resilience, your understanding, your wisdom. It's not wasted time, it's preparation. Even when life feels like it's standing still, growth is happening beneath the surface. You may not see it immediately, but like roots stretching deep underground, the work you've done silently strengthens you for what comes next. Think back on your own experiences. Have you noticed moments where a setback later revealed itself to be a blessing in disguise? Perhaps a missed opportunity led to a better one. A failed attempt forced you to build skills you wouldn't have otherwise. Life often has this strange way of nudging us into the right timing, even when it feels like we're running behind. And here's an important truth. The universe, or life if you prefer, does not operate on our sense of urgency. It operates on its own logic, often slow, often mysterious, but usually aligned with something larger than ourselves. When we try to force our timing, we create friction, frustration, and unnecessary stress. When we embrace the timing of our own lives, a sense of peace emerges. There's a story that illustrates this beautifully. Imagine a young musician. passionate and talented, who dreams of performing on the biggest stages. Every audition seems to end in rejection. Friends and family, anxious for success, ask, "Why haven't you made it yet?" And for a long time, the musician wonders the same thing. But instead of giving up, the musician continues to practice, to explore different styles, to study deeply. Years pass. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, a chance arrives. Not the opportunity they expected, but one perfectly suited to their skills and experiences. Because of the journey they took, the musician is ready. And the performance is extraordinary, not just technically, but emotionally, because it carries the weight and depth of the years of preparation. It's tempting to see delays as failures, but when we step back, we can start to recognize them as an essential part of timing, a preparation phase that makes our eventual impact far more meaningful. Timing isn't just external, it's internal too. Sometimes we are late because we are not yet ready ourselves. Our skills, our confidence, our perspective, these take time to develop. It's easy to underestimate the role of personal readiness. Imagine rushing into something before you are prepared. Chances are it wouldn't feel right, it wouldn't resonate, and it might even set you back. Waiting until the right moment doesn't mean inactivity, it means alignment. And alignment isn't just about reaching goals, it's about harmony with your values, your passions, your authentic self. When timing is right, everything flows more naturally. Opportunities feel like invitations rather than pressures. Decisions feel clearer, and the results, when they come, carry a sense of ease and fulfillment that forced timing could never achieve. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to arrive in life with perfect timing, almost effortlessly? It's not magic, it's often the result of patient, unseen preparation, the years of learning, failing, reflecting, and growing. And the beautiful part is, this kind of timing isn't exclusive to a few lucky individuals. It's available to everyone, if we can learn to trust the process and honor our own pace. So how can we shift our mindset from "I'm late" to "I'm right on time"? It begins with perspective. We start by reframing what delay really means. A pause is not a setback. A detour is not failure. A season of uncertainty is not a sign that we're behind. Instead, these moments are part of a rhythm, a timing uniquely tailored to our journey. Think about the relief that comes when you stop comparing your path to others. When you recognize that your timeline is your own, it's transformative. Suddenly, the pressure lifts. Suddenly, you can breathe and engage fully with where you are. You notice the lessons you've learned, the growth you've achieved, and the opportunities that are quietly unfolding around you. And here's a subtle but powerful truth. The universe, or life if you prefer, often works in your favor. What might seem inconvenient now could be the very thing that protects you from a worse outcome later. What feels like a missed chance may actually redirect you towards something far more aligned with your purpose. Life has this strange way of orchestrating things with precision, even if that precision is invisible at first glance. So, the next time you feel behind, remember this: you are not late. You are right on time. The experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned, the moments of waiting, they are all part of a larger rhythm. And when the right opportunity arrives, you will meet it with readiness, with wisdom, and with the depth that only time can provide. Trust yourself, trust your journey, trust the timing of your life, and perhaps most importantly, give yourself grace. There's a quiet beauty in arriving when you are meant to, and in recognizing that the universe, or life itself, has its own way of ensuring everything falls into place. Because the truth is, your timing is perfect, your path is unique, and the moment you've been waiting for might already be closer than you think. Imagine looking back one day and realizing that every delay, every pause, every moment that felt like a setback was actually a stepping stone. That your life's unfolding, in all its twists and turns, was always leading you to exactly where you needed to be. That in itself is a kind of magic. A reminder that being on time is not about clocks or schedules, but about being ready to meet the moment with everything you've become. So take a deep breath, let go of the worry about being behind, and step into your timing with confidence.
because you are not late. You are right on time. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences with timing and patience. And if you want more stories and reflections like this, hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like if it brought you a little peace today, and share it with someone who might need to hear they're exactly where they're meant to be. Remember, timing isn't something we chase, it's something we align with. And in that alignment, we find not just success, but meaning.